Like I said, thank you for everybody coming out tonight. And our first item here is items to add to the agenda. The first thing we need to do is item number 10, approval of proposed opioid overdose policy. This Courtney, our nurse coordinator, is not able to come tonight, so we'll have to table that to the next meeting. It's agenda item number 10. Unless anybody has anything else to add to the agenda, I need a motion for approval.
I'll make that motion.
Got a motion from Mr. Sally?
Second.
Got a second from Mr. McCall. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, approval of minutes. Our last meeting was September the 8th.
I'll make that motion.
It's quick. Thank you, Mr. Housewright. Got a second from Ms. Gillenwater. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, approval of claims. Anybody got any particular question on any type of bill, any amount? Nobody has anything to ask? I'll make a motion for approval.
I'll second.
Got a motion from me, got a second from Mr. Sally. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, public comment. Does anybody wish to address the board at this time?
Good evening. I'm supposed to turn this on. Chairman Templeton.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ferguson, members of the board, and those in attendance. My name is Kathy Music, and I work for Virginia Professional Educators. And I just wanted to remind everybody that we give away grants and scholarships twice a year. The deadline coming up is November 15th. Lots of Scott County teachers have received them in the past. We're nonprofit. The money has to go somewhere. So I just wanted to remind everybody about that. And I'm going to send the information out to our members with the minutes, but you do not have to be a member to receive the grant. It's up to $500. You can attend a conference or whatever. You have to spend the money and then you are reimbursed afterwards. It's very simple to write. You write what you need, why you need it, and then a line item that tells how much they cost, and you know, from a couple of places. So it's very easy, but I just hope that some of our teachers will enjoy extra things in their classroom on VPE. So I just wanted to remind everybody about that. So thank you, and thanks for all that you do.
Thanks for the kindness. Anybody else wish to address the board? If not, we'll move along. We'll go to recognition of 2021-22 retirees. We'll hand that over to Mr. Ferguson. Mr. Smith? Okay.
We certainly enjoy this meeting, maybe a little bit more than the other meetings. We do enjoy meeting and being with our public, but we also enjoy the time for recognitions, and especially time to recognize our retirees. Blessed are those that go each day and toil and they work for the betterment of our country and our people, but doubly blessed are those that give a career and a lifetime to influence not only the kids we see in front of us on a day-to-day basis, but generations after generations after generations. And for our people that are in here, I bet right now everyone can locate a teacher, a person that's had a positive influence in your life, and this group of retirees that we have is no different than that. This is a very special group that retired this year. It was hard to see them leave. We do wish them the best, and we'd like to take a few minutes to recognize their service. So when I call your name, we're going to recognize all the retirees. I know that not everyone could be here tonight, and the closer I get and the little grayer I get to realize it is even closer to me, I might not be able to make it on the night I'm recognized either, but it is important for us to recognize those individuals. So our first person we have was Miss Joyce Austin. She was a cook at Gay City Middle School. With all these, very kind soul, very good with our kids. And if you don't care to give a round of applause for Miss Schultz. Second, we have Miss Jean Bellamy. Miss Bellamy taught at Yuma Elementary School. She was a remedial teacher there when she retired with us. She's taught some other things in the primary age children. Again, another person that just exuded kindness from her. If you've known Jean, then you know that there was a very kind heart there with Miss Bellamy. So let's give her a round of applause. We have Miss Susie Burke with us tonight. Miss Susie, you care to come on up? Miss Susie was our vision teacher, which is really a unique certification for us and hard to find, is working with our children that have visual impairments. And Susie, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I am anyways. We are appreciative of all that you did. Is there anything you'd like to share or with the board?
It was a great career. I thank you, Scott County, for giving me that opportunity to serve here. I'm enjoying retirement a lot though.
Let's give Ms. Burke a round of applause. Jeff Castile was our special ed teacher. He retired last with us at Gay City Middle School. He had served as an assistant principal for us. And another very important role that Jeff served with us was a bus driver. And he has come out of retirement part-time on October 1st. He started driving the bus for us again. So let's give Jeff a round of applause. Greg Gillum taught at Rock Oak High School. He taught history there. He also coached for us in the county. He also drove a bus for us. An interesting story personally for me with Coach Gillum is he gave me my first coaching job, if you would, when I was a senior in high school. He let me help coach softball at Rocco. I knew very little about it, but he had a kindness and a gentleness about him. But he also was a excellent coach and an excellent teacher. So let's give Greg a round of applause. Miss Jenny Housewright was administrative assistant here at the Career and Technical Center. Again, when we talk about kindness, there is an unbelievable kindness that comes from Miss Housewright. I know that she is a very strong individual. She is one that definitely keeps her family in line when they need to do that too. No eyes going this way to Coach Housewright, but Jenny worked very, very hard for us, and she is greatly missed. Let's give Jenny a round. Karen Jennings was an aide at Twin Springs High School. Is where she retired out of. Miss Karen absolutely loved the children that she worked with on a day-to-day basis. They began a program at Twin Springs High School where they were working with the special needs kids in the community, teaching them a work ethic along with the instruction that they do on a day-to-day basis. And Miss Karen will definitely be missed. So let's give Karen a round. Debbie Kilgore is here with us this afternoon. Miss Debbie, if you'll come forward. Miss Debbie was our family and consumer science teacher at Gay City High School when she retired with us. I've had the privilege of coming and speaking in her class multiple times. You won't find a harder teacher that was more popular with her kids than Miss Kilgore. The impact that she made is immense, and I would see it on a day-to-day basis, and any time that I came to her classroom, I'm very appreciative. Ms. Kilgore, anything you'd like to say?
Well, I'm at the point now that I don't get teary-eyed like I did in May when we asked me to say things, but it was a joy, it was a calling. I have no regrets. I'm thankful for my 36 years at Gay City High School, and I encourage young people who are sitting here watching this presentation that if you feel the calling down the road, not for the pay, but for the joy of getting to work side by side and a lot of wonderful young people, you should do it. I have no regrets. Thank you all for your support.
Thank you.
Our next retiree was Coach John McCrary. Coach McCrary came to us from Sullivan County, I believe. He retired in Sullivan County and said he would give maybe 10 years, 5-10 years 20-some years later in Scott County, Coach McCrary retired, I think, in total years of service, 50-plus years of teaching and coaching and working with kids. And if you've ever spent any time with Coach McCrary, I guarantee you'll walk away with a smile on your face. So let's give Coach McCrary a round of applause. Amy Moorfield is retiring for us. She was on the list last month. Her last day with us will be November 1st. She teaches special ed at Dungannon. Another dedicated staff member that we have to make sure that those kids get what they get on a day-to-day basis. She is absolutely personally invested in those kids. So let's give Amy a round of applause. Tricia Nash, Miss Trish at Duffield, retired with us. Trish did several jobs for us. She works in custodial, and when she retired, she was administrative assistant down at Duffield. She's another one of those individuals that took a personal responsibility for those kids, and you hear her say all the time, my kids, my kids. At Duffield, she loved those youngins as they walked in each and every day. So let's give Miss Trish a round of applause. Trish is another one that has decided to forgo a full retirement. She's come back a little bit part-time for us down at Duffield. Miss Phyllis Payne was the custodian down at Duffield Primary when she retired. I know that she was also the custodian at Rock Cove before that. Hard worker. There'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that took more pride in her job and what she wanted to get cleaned on a day-to-day basis in that building. If she was assigned to that building, it was going to be clean for those kids. So let's give Miss Phyllis a round of applause. And with us, we had Mr. Jimmy Webb in the back. Mr. Webb, when he retired with us, he was the auto servicing teacher here at the Career Tech Center. Mr. Webb came for us, I believe he started in King Ford, I know here in Gate City, right?
Actually started Bostic, Ford, and Lebanon.
Gotcha.
King Ford, Gate City, and then Honda in Kingsport, and then to Scott County Career Tech Center.
And Webb also did another important job for us. Not only did he teach the kids, he drove them back and forth to school too as a bus driver. And he's probably not wanting to be up here too long, or I may start begging again for some bus driving services.
Not this year.
Mr. Webb's expertise and his ability to work with kids is fantastic. We miss you, Mr. Webb.
Thank you.
Anything you'd like to say?
Nah, not really. I've tried several times to get this job and a job in adjoining county, and got turned down 4 times. And then when I turned 59 years old, this job I just backed right into it. The only thing I regret is that I couldn't do this job longer than I did, but I enjoyed it. It's good. It's a different world than I expected, but you got great people working for you. That's all I can say. You got the best team of people that I've ever seen anywhere.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Webb. Chairman, that is our retirees. We're very appreciative of them.
All right, we're gonna move right into the recognition of sport events. 21-22 state participants and state winners.
You've heard me say when we recognize our student athletes, not only do they perform on the field, on the courts, or in track, they also do an excellent job in the classroom. But this evening we want to recognize these students who competed this past spring throughout their district as well as region and qualifying for state competition. Now, I have some individuals here that Rock Cove High School had shared with me that were honorable mentions. And if I call your name, if you would please stand at your seat, and I will recognize each of you for honorable mention in spring sports. For Rock Cove High School,
We start here, come down this way, or certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to recognize honorable mentions first.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
For our honorable mentions, Rye Cove High School Girls Track 4x800 meter relay, we have Morgan Bledsoe, Harley Cress, Alexa Goins, Harley Mosley, and Eva Roach. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations. For the Rye Cove High School Girls Track 4x100 meter relay, we have Harley Cress, Emma Gibson, Eva Heron, Abby Lewis, and Abby also participated in 100 meter hurdles, and Harley Mosley. Congratulations. And for Rye Cove High School Girls Track, Kaylee Lamb. She with us. She participated in the high jump. Let's give her a round of applause. Now for these individuals who qualified to participate in the state, we have the Gate City High School baseball team. They advanced through their district as well as the regional competition and made all the way to the state quarterfinals. So if we have any members of the baseball team with us tonight, if you would please come forward. We have some resolutions here for you. And we do, of course, with this list of players, I know that some have graduated and some are actually have gone on to play at the collegiate level. Members of that team are Carter Babb, Leighton Barnett, Luke Bledsoe, Brendan Cassidy, Jude Crawford, Braden Cox, Zachary DePriest, Avery Flannery, Aiden Hartsock, Trevor Heron, Ryan Jesse, John Little, Eli McMurray, Brevin Spivey, and Tommy Starnes. Let's give these. And for the Gate City High School boys track, who finished 10th in state competition, this was a 4x100 meter relay. The team, or the relay team, is composed of Dominic Benjamin, Hunter Bull, Matthew Hamilton, and Ben Krantz. Hunter finished 9th also in the 100 meter, I won't say sprint, run as well. Let's give them a round of applause, please. And also members of Gate City High School Girls Track, we have Jaden Carrico, who placed 16th in the 200 meter. Piper Pullen, who placed 15th in the 800 meter. And Riley Housewright, who finished 2nd in the discus throw and 4th in the shot put. Let's give them a round of applause. And for Twin Springs High School Girls Track, we have Alexis Austin, who placed 11th in the 100 meter dash. Let's give her a round of applause, please. And for the Twin Springs High School boys track team, they finished 9th in the boys 4x100 relay. We have Austin Glimp, Colton Kilgore, Eli McCoy, Ryan Wade. Colton also placed 5th in the 110 meter hurdles and 8th in the 300 meter hurdles. And Eli finished 7th in the 200 meter dash and 12th in the 100 meter dash. Let's give these fellas a round of applause. Now, if we've left anyone off, it by no means was done intentionally. But if we need to recognize individuals that we have overlooked, we need to know that so we can bring you back to be recognized. But congratulations to each of you, and we wish you the very best in the upcoming seasons. And I know you do well. Congratulations. Thank you.
Do you want to let them go, Mr. Templeton, or do you?
Yeah, I can. I'm not trying to run you all off, but if We just have a little bit before we go to closed session, but I'm welcome to leave or you can stay. I'm not trying to run you out. We just got a little bit more, so we always give that option. But we just have, I guess, you got another little skit to do, don't you?
Yeah. You got one more, I've got it.
Okay.
We'll continue with our recognitions. We also have some VSBA, our Virginia School Board Association recognitions this afternoon. These are Academy Awards and our superintendent, Mr. John Ferguson. He's being recognized as a certificate of recognition through the VSBA. Mr. Ferguson, we always appreciate what you do for our division and also the commitment you have to making yourself better every day. Thank you very much. Thank you. We also have our chairman, Mr. David Templeton. He gets an award of excellence and also a silver VSBA pin. I know, Mr. Templeton, you're also dedicated to fulfilling your hours and making yourself a stronger leader for us, and we absolutely appreciate that, Mr. Templeton. And our two ladies that keep us straight on what we need to do and making sure that these meetings run successfully and everything as they should be. We have our clerk, Ms. Kim Henderson, and our deputy clerk, Ms. Sherry Christian, also are receiving certificates of recognition. So, ladies, if you don't care to come on up, you can be on camera just for a little bit. You don't need that for a while. So let's give them a round of applause. We're definitely. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Is there any way we could let the athletes come up so we could try to get to see some of them?
Yeah, sure can. Gonna ask for,
Yes, please come up, please come up. All the athletes that were recognized tonight, please come forward.
Be on camera at least.
We're gonna get them
Be
on
TV.
camera.
Come on.
I'll be back there hiding.
Yeah. I think Coach Peterson,
Coach.
her assistant, is here too.
Yes.
Right?
You guys wanna
Coach,
come
come on up.
Come on up, Coach Peterson. Assistant, come on up. Put you up here on the stage. Congratulations. Thank you all for taking the time to come out. Tell you what, I'm just going to ask each of these individuals here to just to recognize themselves and tell us what grade you're in, and if you don't care. I see some red faces. But we are proud of our students, no doubt about that. And as I said earlier, not only do they succeed or are successful, whether it's in track, on the courts, in the field, they do an outstanding job, both athletically as well as academically. And we want to wish you the very best. So I'll begin with you.
I'm Emma Gibson, and I'm a senior at Rock Oak.
I'm Eva Head. I'm a junior at Rock Oak.
I'm Harley Mosley, and I'm a senior at Rock Oak.
I'm Abby Lewis, and I'm a senior at Rock Oak.
I'm Ron Horn, and I'm a senior at Twin Springs. I'm Colton Kilgore, and I'm a junior at Twin Springs.
And with us, they're hiding behind us now. Y'all can't hide.
I'm Coach Peterson, coach for track and volleyball at Rock Oak High School.
I'm Ira Shepherd. I'm assistant coach in track and cross country.
Thank you all so much. Congratulations.
all right, I'm gonna hand it over to the superintendent. He's just got a few little items, and we'll be ready to go to closed session. Everybody, get out of here.
Thank you, Mr. Templeton. Members of the board, at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Brittle if he wouldn't care to share with us his findings. He and Mr. May's account status of our schools, if you don't care.
I'm going to turn this over to Madison Mays.
Okay.
He'll go through while all of that takes place.
It's about time him step up,
Well, of course, I'm Dustin, and that's Chuck. We're CPAs for Charles River CPA and Associates right here in town. And you guys have engaged us to perform our annual agreed-upon procedures. These procedures, as well as the results of these procedures, are in the reports that we've issued to you guys. When performing these procedures, what we do is we visit each school and we analyze the whole fiscal year's activity and the fund balances for each of the school's activity funds. We also inquire with the principal and the bookkeeper at each school to determine if there's any material weaknesses within the school's internal controls. As a result of this, we didn't uncover any material weaknesses in the internal controls, and there were really no material weaknesses or misstatements that we found as a result of our procedures as well. We would like to note that the countywide fund balance is up roughly 8%, whereas last year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you guys were down about 14%. So that's something good to see. I think we're finally getting a little recovery there. That's pretty much what I've got. Has anybody got any questions or anything in the report that you noted that you have a question about? All right.
We just appreciate y'all doing this.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. And like I say, everybody was real nice to deal with, and it was great going out in the county and visiting with each of the schools, and just keep up the good work. All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, next item we have is the Head Start preliminary financial report for August 2022. Unless there's any particular questions in regards to this, I ask your approval as presented.
Make a motion.
A motion from Mr. McConnell. A second from Ms. Gillenwater. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The next item we have is for informational purposes. This is the Head Start Director's Report for September 2022. Does anyone have any questions in regards to this report? Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. That's all that I have.
All right. I need a motion to return to closed meeting. I mean, not to return, to go to closed meeting.
Yes, I move we enter into closed meeting to discuss candidates for employment and the assignment and performance of teaching assistants, coaches, nurses, as provided in section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia as amended.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We're going to adjourn. Thank you all.